I'm glad I'm joined here with Black Templar,
Yo.
and we are playing some more Total War Warhammer 2, waiting for the third game of the series. And
Yep.
got the person that does all the loring
Yep.
up in here, and have a great question for him and a little bit of a lore explanation because we got into a bit of a conversation before this, and he was talking about like my Skaven always sounds very uh deeper, and he's saying that it was a black Skaven
Yes.
or something like that. So I want you to explain that to me and what you're talking about.
Okay. For those who are aware of the Skaven race, there is a bit of a Skaven hierarchy. You have the lonely gutter runner, basically, or night runner, depending on your definition of which clan you are. They're the lowest of the low, pretty much bottom of the barrel kind of group. Pretty much the people to get kicked by the people of the hierarchy. Now, keep in
Mhm.
mind, Skaven hierarchy is very treacherous at the best of times, and when someone gets too good for what they're supposed to do, let's just say a accident could happen, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Now, a black Skaven, however, is a bit of a unique breed. You see, black Skaven are a sort of a mutation in the Skaven gene pool, same as the albino Skaven. Now, I'll cover the albinos in a minute, but black Skaven are a little bit bigger, stronger, and a little more tougher. In fact, many of the storm vermin are actually black Skaven. Now, black Skaven you would normally see in Mordheim game, which if anyone's watched my Mordheim series, you've seen one or two black Skaven running around giving me a good freaking headache. Black Skaven are like the next level for storm vermin. They're a bit tougher, a bit more hardier and stout, but like all Skaven, they're cowards. Which is technically true. Skaven are
Very much more strong.
they're a bit stronger. Now,
But unless you're like Queek Head Taker that loves to try to take heads.
yeah, unless you're Queek. Now, there's another Skaven I did touch on that is the albino Skaven. Now, who are the albinos?
Right?
Oh, hello.
Albino Skaven are white.
Yep, they're albino, but they're pure white. But but here's the thing about the albino Skaven. The albino Skaven are rare,
I
and
bet they are.
well, here's the thing about them. Albino Skaven, right? Do not, I repeat, do not mingle with most Skaven. You see, when an albino Skaven is born, they will end up in one or two roles in Skaven society. Now,
Mm-hmm.
one role is that they will end up being part of the council's elite guard. Now, they
Oh, interesting.
nope can't attack yet. I have to wait a little longer, which sucks.
That's pretty unfortunate.
Well, it can't be helped. I am trying to topple a tyrant in the way of a dwarf, which I will get to that. I will get to them a little later. But first order of business. Yep, that's all I can do. I'm pretty much buggered. So back to the albinos. You see, when an albino Skaven is born, it will either go to the albino guard. These are the elite of the elite Skaven that protect the Council of 13. They're the ones who make sure the Council of 13 does not get attacked by outside interference or by other Skaven parties who might want to, shall we say, usurp certain members of the Council.
Hmm.
Now, the other albinos, if they have an inkling of magical talent, they will end up with the Grey Seers, who are in essence the wizards. If you ever
Yeah.
heard of the
I mean,
Grey, if you heard of the Greybeards in Skyrim,
no.
you know how the guys who teach you how the shouts in Skyrim, the dragon thing.
I only played like a couple hours of Skyrim.
All right. But for those who are aware of Skyrim, That's what they are. They're practically like the Greybeard. They'll take them in and train them to be magicians. And believe it or not, we do have a actual albino currently in this game called Icky. Icky Claw.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, I guess he is, isn't he?
yes, however, there's a bit of a confusion about Icky. You see, Icky is a bit of an unusual conundrum because, see, if it is true he is albino, then no one knows how the Graciers did not notice his magical and scientific prowess. Because, see, the Graciers are one of the neutral factions. They will not side with anyone, but they will lend their services for a price, as all Skaven do. And
Mm-hmm.
they will also take any albinos they find who have got magic and take them to train them.
I
Ooh,
want to raise this thing to the ground.
okay.
So then you can take it over once I get to destroying it.
Yep, then we got the... But, yeah, that's the essence of the albinos. But there's also one thing as Game Society we all need to tell people. And that is, how does one become a member of the Council of 13?
By eating other rats.
You're half correct, but there's more. But there's more to the story. But we'll cover that after this little battle. I also got to cover the dwarves, like these beardy cheats, because they're cheaters.
Beardy sheets.
Well, considering the fact that to a dwarf their biggest insult is shaving their beard,
Yeah.
it's one of the
Oh,
greatest.
female dwarfs.
Yep. Right. Icky, icky, icky.
There you go.
All right. In position. Oh, don't roast my Skaven. Don't roast the Skaven.
I mean, not going to try.
Hmm. The only thing I gotta worry about is those freaking koalas. They're gonna be the pain in our asses.
Oh, that's why we're going to move up and do some damage to them. I'm gonna flame them up. He will get murdified.
Where are they going?
Running, those cowards.
I expect this kind of behavior from the Chaos
Skaven.
Dwarves.
Expect from the Skaven. They run all the time.
Funny thing is, that, I mean, when it comes to tunnel warfare, there's no one better than the only two good tunnel warfare fighters are the Goblins and the Skaven. But
Well, I mean dwarves, but
surprisingly enough, Dwarves are not. They're not very good tunnel fighters. I mean, they're decent, they're great defenders, but when it comes to actually going out to throw a punch, yeah, they tend to get outnumbered by the two factions I just mentioned.
interesting.
Charge!
Quick, quick!
Oh, here comes the Now, if you can get a warfire around the side and do a mass barbecue, I think we're going to see a lot of dead dwarfs.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you really need to get a Gatling for this team because Gatlings will really give them a bad day.
I only got one place that can get Gatling guns,
You know,
and
you can call them
I
from
have to go to them.
You don't have to. You can actually.
I know I can get global, but that's more expensive and takes more time.
Fair enough. Oh great, the Lord's now mixed into this fight.
Mind him so much.
Okay, that mine group is now panicking. Yep, they've panicked.
Stop running.
Because they're chasing you, the koalas. Which I can't get a hold of them at the moment because I'm stuck in a brawl. Get back here, you filthy koalas. Come back here, I'm not finishing shaving your beards. Oh, nice. Ooh, that was... Yeah, and look what's coming up behind them.
Yep. Die.
Oh yeah, I've got to talk about the weaponry system of the Skaven once we in this video, hopefully. But still got to talk about the Council of 13, how can one becomes one.
Ooh, this is gonna be juicy. Oh,
Ooh, yeah, that's the. I'll be honest, that's the only one of 3 safe weapons you can use that could literally burn through dwarf armor.
yeah.
Right, I'm chasing these callers off the field because need them off without too much bloody incident. Can you get these oath keepers?
Trying.
Well, you're doing well. You're burning them.
All right. Burn.
Yeah,
You
those
gonna
might.
flank me? You gonna flank me? Oh, how about fire?
Yeah, that unit is now practically wiped.
Yep.
Okay, I've removed the quarrelers. They're gone.
IT Warlord, baby. There we go.
Yep, they're broken.
Yep, and this is the city, so we just end it.
Yep.
All right. That was I could say literally on fire.
Fair enough.
Dude,
But
look at the damage they did. Flipping 141 kills.
well, you can't go wrong with that.
That was bit of a burning sensation.
Oh Lord, I apologize.
You could say that they were boiling alive.
I apologize for the bad puns, folks. But anyhow, let us get back to the lore about how does one become a member of the Council of 13. Now, to become a member of the Council of 13 is a bit of a rite of passage, but also a practical death sentence. Depend on your point of view.
There we go.
Now, what happens is, in the middle of Skaven Blight, there is a giant pillars of the 13. Basically, the worship of the Horned Rat. Now, when a Skaven touches the pillars, if he is not immediately fried out of his furry ass, let's say for example this rat touched the pillar and survives, that means he is legitimately has the right to challenge for a seat at the Council of 13. any one of his choosing. Nintendo will challenge the number 1 seat, which belongs to the Horn Rat. No one's stupid enough to challenge him, for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
However, when a right of challenge, he can choose to challenge if he wants, but if he chooses not to, then he uses the right to challenge, but also it means he won't die right away. Now, when a challenge is made, the rat in question has to challenge him at the same area at a certain time. Now, you might think that's easy, the rat will play honorably. Yeah, right. There will be some frequent accidents and some shady backroom dealings to try and avoid a potential fight. However, if the rat in question makes it to the fight relatively unscathed, and I emphasize on that word unscathed, and beats the rat to submission or death, depending on what happens, then he will become a member of the Council 13, and the one who he took the seat from, well, how can I put it? He's going to be enjoying his time 6 feet under or in a rat's belly. Take your pick.
Nom 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 nom.
Pretty much. That is why the Council of 13 has changed multiple times over its history. Because of, well, challenges and deaths, and sometimes a little bit of accidental deaths, shall we say. But that is neither here or there. But that's the basic hierarchy of the ooh. Okay, get that. Right. Okay, this is one-way traffic I think I've ever seen.
Auto resolve.
Yep.
Destroyed.
Yep. Now I'm going to raise it.
I'm special.
Right,
Are you special?
right, time to get these guys into a raiding camp so that they can heal while they have a break. Ooh, I'm gonna give you a giant wolf as your mount.
That's good for the gobbo.
Yeah, now I've got to make my way back all the way. Unless you can take out Zabor in your turn.
Don't think I can. My guys are hurting right now, and I mean, if they didn't try to make an army, I'll probably be fine. But they have walls and everything as well.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Right. Go back to Black Crag. Still, haven't got enough to make a next level for stuff, so I'm gonna have to wait a little bit.
Habajah Doom.
So while we
I'm
are
actually going
waiting
to
to decide,
disband this thing.
fair enough. So while we're talking about Skaven and accidental, let's talk about Skaven weaponry, such as the weapons of the Rattling Gun, the Warfire Thrower, and the Jezails. Now, you will see a common theme with the weapons. You see, most of the weapons are being made and created by Clan Scaraya, who, if you remember from a previous video, when I said that they nearly blew the entire Skaven race off the face of the planet due to their insane experiments. But how does one experiment a weapon, you may ask? Well, two ways. One way is by the engineer's own hands. Now, this is usually the more common and more revered practice of the Skaven clans. However, a Skaven engineer might think, I'm not even sure this might be good for my health. I'll get a slave to do it, which is kind of frowned upon because they believe the slaves are used as target practice and crash test dummies. Give or take.
Yeah, not very kind to their slaves.
Oh yeah. However, the one thing about Skaven weaponry is they all share one major factor, that they use warp stone bullets and warp stone fire. Now, you might think, hey, hang on, warpstone, isn't that mutacious? It is. But to the Skaven, it's nothing. You see, Skaven over the centuries have built quite a resistance to warpstone. Obviously. I mean, they use it for everything when it comes to magic, changing of like currency, eating it. Yes, I'm not kidding. They
Nom,
do.
nom, nom, nom.
They eat it with
Yes, they
some
do.
due to some unique results, shall we say, and we'll leave it at that. Now, you might think a warpstone chunk in a bullet or flamethrower is not that potent. On the contrary, it is. You see, a warpstone bullet, even if it doesn't kill the target, let's just say it gives off some unique and violent results. Take, for example, you take a warp flamethrower and you roast a Imperial Knight. Let's say the knight somehow
Mhm.
survived the encounter. Well, he might have survived getting killed from burning, but he might not have survived the other way of getting out of dodge. You see, Warstone is incredibly mutacious, and it could cause quite the stir if it on your body if you're not careful. Because you see,
Yeah.
after like I said, if you get burnt and you you survive,
Excuse me.
no problem, you could end up with a, shall we say, a huge arm blasting out of your chest, or
Mhm.
you may have a third asshole, or better
You
yet,
only have one, anyways.
or you might have three penises.
I
Now,
mean, some I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
well, depending on the
Location of it, I guess.
yes, which
Oh
will leave,
man.
which we could leave it at that, and I'll leave that to your imagination. But if the target, now you might think, well, he could survive that. Not really. When their body is violently mutated like that, let's just say they don't last long,
Yeah.
to say the least. Um, that's all I can do again.
I can't do much myself.
Yeah, cause
I'm trying to fix my food situation.
well, I mean, in my case, it's just that well, I've just had a war with the dwarves in the lower lands, so
That'll help out a little bit.
hmm
And I can't really get anything with there.
now you will also be
Yes.
wondering why I'm saying that Skaven weaponry is unstable. Let me put it in simple terms. Skaven weaponry is so unstable that would make nitroglycerine have a really erectile problem, to say the least. Because you see, Skaven weaponry is very unstable and very bad at the best of times. I mean, it is more stable than some weapons, but it has a nasty habit of going boom when you least expect it.
Mm-hmm.
Same with same with Skaven magic. Now, Skaven magic is more stable than Orc magic because Orc magic is practically so unstable that you would want to put the shaman somewhere far, far away from your main army so he doesn't end up blasting your own army by accident. But that's usually the case with Skaven weaponry. And if you think the weaponry is bad and mutacious and horrible, wait till you hear about the monsters at Hell's Pit. Oof. And they took that back
They
again.
got the building back,
Yeah,
and
but
I got rid of my army over there. So
yeah, no problem. I'm heading back there anyway because now that I've wiped the floor on the other side and they can't come back to it, so now I'm gonna make my way
yep.
back all the way over there.
Sure, you're not in war with anyone I care about.
Two snatches of one of my allies.
It doesn't say they are. They probably non-aggressive faculty though.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, hello. The beastman want to
Yes,
talk with
the
me.
red horn tribe wants to make you pay something. I guess I don't know.
Another Christian pack. Yeah, I don't mind that because I don't. The last thing I want is some beastmen cause me grief while I'm busy dealing with this.
Yeah, that would be annoying.
Right.
Fuck wants to be over there. Open.
Yep. We're moving. I don't want to run because if I run, I could get caught out by the Oldorfs.
Yeah.
Actually, no. There's the Oldorf. Actually, I think I can get away from the Oldorfs because they're a bit further away.
Hmm. I don't think any of those armies is going to fight you.
Yep. Right. Can I make a wall? Yeah, I can.
On the wall.
Well, it's the best thing because I just need to put a wall up just to. It's made to slow them down just for a few seconds.
Hmm. Assassin's back.
Now, to continue our Skaven lore, I did promise dwarves, but I think we need to continue with the Skaven because since I'm on a roll. Let us talk about the monsters of Hell Pit. Now, who are the monsters of Hell Pit? You see, the Hell Pit area belongs to Clan Molder, who are breeders and masters mutators when it comes to making monsters. You see, they are the ones who made the famous Hell Pit Abomination, and they've also made the Rat Ogres. But how does these guys manage to control these brutes? Is it by some mystic mumbo jumbo? Is it by being kind to their pets? Or is it because they have an understanding with them of higher intelligence? If you said any of them, none of the above. They do
I
it.
didn't think that was going to be.
Nope, they do it old-fashioned child cruelty. No, I'm not kidding. You see, when a rat ogre is born, what they do is they take the baby away because they don't want the rat ogre's mummy to eat the baby or eat daddy. Yes, believe it or not, rat ogres, male and female, will fight, do the dirty, and try and kill each other in the process. So, yeah, it's kind of a weird symbiosis, but good with it what you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought red ogres are just mutations from Clan Molder.
They are. That's where they're bred.
There shouldn't be a mommy or daddy then.
But there is because they've got to have a male and female to breed to make more of them.
Again, I thought it's just a rat. It's just a regular rat that's been mutated.
Well, if it is technically true that it is from a normal rat when it first started, but as time progressed, well, they became a sort of subspecies. It's weird rat physiology and warpstone shenanigans, so I'll have to work with it. Now, unfortunately for these rat ogre babies, when they're taken away from mummy and daddy because they'll try and kill them, they will make sure that the little babies will learn to listen to their masters. You see, during the early years of their production, the rat ogres were not the most cooperative bunch of Skaven, to say the least, for obvious reasons. Now, during their process, there has been some, shall we say, trainer accidents when they try to train them, to put it
Minor
mildly.
accidents. You mean someone dying?
Yes, but we have to call it accidents because Clan Mulder does not like the word, don't like the words, killed. They prefer it as a occupational hazard.
I don't think they care if the word's kill or not, because the rats. I have no moral code. What are you talking about?
Well, they don't have a moral code, but if they want to sell their products, they've got to say, "Oh, we had an accident with the handler. He got a bit stupid, and the rat ogre accidentally clawed his head off." And nom nom. But that's besides the point. You see, they found out that the best way to get a rat ogre to behave is by psychologically torturing their young with whips. You see, when a rat ogre is born, they will whip him, the rat ogre, to a point where he is so terrified of the whip that he will not disobey his masters. So yeah, old-fashioned child cruelty tends to be the way to keep them in line.
Nice.
Now, as for hell pit abominations, however, they're a different case entirely. Hell pit abominations are amalgamations of different rats, mutations, and other delightful creatures to form that monstrosity. Unfortunately for the Hell Pit abominations, they can't be controlled. Even the whip they don't fear because, well, they're bigger, stronger, and the fact that they could literally tear a gigantic hole in your ass without even flicking a pinky is kind of a worrying thing. Now, thankfully,
Yeah.
thankfully for some odd reason, Warpstone does docile them a little bit, but they do not let them out unless they really, really have to. Or if a Skaven Warlord decides, I need a monster that's going to wreck a building, they'll go to it and they'll say, right, we'll bring the monster to you, but once he's out, we have no further control of it. So basically, it's there to die, but it's there to do a bit of siege work.
Hmm.
Unfortunately for Clan Moulder, however, as many of you know from my description of what Grimgor did, most of their monsters have been butchered thanks to Grimgor, who literally went into Hell Pit and destroyed nearly every monster that was in the bloody vicinity. It took the clan centuries to replenish their numbers after that little incident.
Oh. Do now. Uh,
I mean, what do you do when all your best monsters have been literally butchered by one orc who really just wanted to fight everything in his path?
you try to kill him.
The fact that this orc is Grimgor, who has so much plot armor that you
I
could
guess there's a lot of plot
literally
armor.
say he was practically nigh immortal.
Yeah.
Now that I would say we've pretty much covered as much of Skaven lore as we have in this one. I think we could talk about a little bit about the dwarves, mainly the Domus Kron and Grudgebeard. So, for those unaware, what is the Domus Kron? Well, it's that in dwarf terms, that's its name. In every other tongue, it is the Book of Grudges. You see, Grudgebeard always believed in that no grudge should never go unsettled, and anything when a dwarf's honor is slighted on, he will put it in the book and will figure that would happen. And Karand, I've got to be talking about them later, but we knew that was coming. They were going to confederate. It was pretty much inevitability that.
Oh yeah, they did confederate. That's annoying.
This is why you need to murder the little git. But anyhow, back to Grudgebeard. Now, Grudgebeard is regarded as the dwarf High King. He's practically the king of kings for the dwarfs.
They both killed him multiple times already.
Yeah, but he is the king of all dwarfdom. Now, you might be thinking, wait, he's the king of dwarfs? Yep. You see, old Grudgy there is the pretty much like the he's practically the High King, because you see, the dwarves in Karak are actually, the main like ancestral home of the dwarves. Now there are other High Kings, but he is practically like the top of the food chain. Also, the dwarves have another name as well for their clan called the Dawai in ancient dwarven tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like I said, Grudgebeard always believed that if a grudge needs to be settled, it has to be settled one way or another. And we're going to the Domus Kron. And you see, the Domus Kron book is very big. We're talking bigger than him. And considering the amount of grudges it's got in there, and considering the amount of grudges it's got, I'm not surprised.
Dude, my flipping warlock, what do you call it? Warlock engineer. He's in the land of the dead.
What's he doing there?
Making under empires.
Oh, right, I thought you were on a mission like what I am.
Uh, Same mission, but
Actually, I might actually go for the campaign mission next round because since I've got like the war with us,
yeah, you have a really good chunk of units.
I might do that actually.
Just
But
let me save it
yeah, before we try
before you
this,
do that.
I'll have to see
Yeah,
what my chances are of winning that fight. But anyhow, back to what I was saying. So what he did is he made the Throng, which is basically the chair he sits on where he is carried by his clansmen. Now, the idea of this chair is to pretty much take him and the book around into battle, and when the grudge is settled, he can then do it right there and then to strike it off the book. I know it sounds a little bit silly, but that's how he rolls.
hmm
However, he does have a pure hatred for two particular factions. One, he has a distinct hatred towards the undead. He really hates them.
yeah.
And he also hates the orcs. Now, the orcs you can understand because of their long and brutal history. Right. Okay, it's turned to an even.
Orcs do orky things.
Yep. Alright, it's an even fight, so. Teleport?
I haven't saved it now. Like you might want to wait another turn.
No, you did just save the last turn.
No.
The tribe's ready. Now they'll see.
There you go.
Alright. I'll wait one more turn.
Keep going.
Yep. But I've got to do it next turn or my WoW disappears.
Saving it.
But yes. Now we will talk about another dwarf, the Slayer King. Now, if we can find the Slayer King, I'll give you his name, because the Slayer King, I don't remember his name because it's a very weird name. I can't remember its name fully. But before we get to him, let us talk about the Slayer Oath, because this is something I think a lot of people might not know about. So what is the Slayer Oath, you may ask? The Slayer Oath is practically a death sentence. It is basically when a dwarf has committed a sin, a very major one in his clan, or something he's done on the battlefield, or something he's done in life, he can opt to take the Slayer Oath instead of punishment. Now, the Slayer Oath is basically you have to dye your hair orange. Literally, you lose all your gear, bar your axes. That's the only thing you're allowed, an axe. Either a battle axe or a twin axe, whatever your weapon of preferred choice is. But it has to be a combat weapon, and you're there to die. Now, you can't just simply just go suicide charging. You have to die with meaning. In other words, you have to die in battle, in glorious battle and honor. If you die in battle, you have completed your Slayer Oath. If you don't die in battle, well, you failed your Slayer Oath, and you've got to keep going until you actually die. And you can now. There has been an instance where a Slayer. Oh, hello. Before I explain further, you did save those, didn't you?
They're non-aggression back with me.
No, did you save from so I can do the mission?
Yeah, I saved it.
Alright, so we'll get to the mission. So, what does this mean for Slayers? Well, there was an incident with one Slayer that saw a tribe of orcs heading to a dwarven hold. Now, he wanted to dive in and fight, but Honor dictated he had to go back and warn the dwarves that there was a big war coming. So this poor dwarf had to make a choice. Disobey his oath for the Slayers, or do the honorable thing and tell his kinsmen that there's a big horde coming your way. Now, under normal circumstances, that's him breaking his oath. However, in most cases, that is a loophole in the rules. If you are doing it for the benefit of dwarven kind, you can loophole the rule and try and save your dwarf kinsmen, but as long as you're part of the battle. It's a very complex system, but trust me, it's one thing you better be careful of. Okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
Where the hell did these dwarves come from?
The campaign thing, then it's not gonna matter.
Yep.
Oh, steam tank.
Yeah. Steam tank and a chariot that fires magical bolts.
Nice.
I take it you want the Doom Diver?
You can give me that. I'll start bombarding them.
Well, you seem to do a good job of it.
Yeah, considering what we've seen last time.
Yep. But yes, this is something that the dwarves do, the Slayers do. But the Slayers, like I said, if they die in battle honorably, then they will fulfill the Slayer Oath, their clan will be restored, and their clan will be honored. And the man who took the Slayer Oath will be honored. He'll get his honor back. Oh, hello. Got a cutscene.
Cutscene.
This is it, boys. Time to give this emperor a right smacking. Lead from the front and seek out that poncy crown-wearing git riding his big pigeon.
You always gotta love the orcs.
A bag of teeth to the orc that finds it and answers.
Great.
Any of you think you're gonna keep it instead? Well, you'll find my boots so far up your ass, you'll be squig lather until you die.
Oh, that's funny.
Anyway, let's give Gork a show. Get smashing.
at smashing.
filled with blood. I want the zoomies to remember my name for years and years. Remember Grimgor.
Grimgor.
You know, this is the one thing I've always loved about, like, the orcs. The orcs are so freaking hilarious.
Oh, yeah, they're really funny.
Right.
He's going to smash him.
Yeah, but I love the fact when he says that he's gonna spank the humies.
Yep. I am ready whenever you are.
Yep, just let me sort out the units.
Dude, you're not getting your log.
Oh, that's not good. Well, tactic
You
2.
saved it.
Yeah, but let's see what happens. Even if I lose, what I'll do is I'll just head back and just repair it.
Yeah.
Right. After all, Gungo's got to get into the fight because he is the king of orcs to some extent.
Yeah.
And plus the fact he's made it clear if you don't get in the fight, he's going to kick you up the arse.
Yeah. You did say that.
Okay. Haha, puny who think they could stop us? Alright. I'm going to shoot the spearman because that'll be the best.
Oh, direct hit. Boom.
Oh, nice. Ooh.
Oh, slightly missed him.
Well, I'm not moving the orcs yet. I'm waiting till
I won.
Ow! My mortals are getting battered by that bloody by that bloody chariot.
Yeah, I'm trying to target him. Oh, that's a good hit. A boom. Wow.
Right, time for me to move forward, I think.
Some spearman.
Yeah, the spearmen are being like mullered a bit.
Overshot. Ugh.
You got something.
Whoa, I missed him.
There's the ponce. Here comes the dwarves. I was wondering whether they were going to show up.
Oh. There's my mouse. Okay. In the steam tank. Okay.
The enemy lord is dead.
Nice.
Go, Grimgor. Come here, you bright wizard. You're gonna die.
Let's see if I can start hitting some of these dwarfs for you. Is that Slayers?
Yep.
Just dwarf warriors, dwarf warriors.
The choppers
See
are
if
gonna
I can
work.
start hitting some of those grudge throwers.
I'll take care of the gyrocups.
All right.
Unfortunately, my black orcs are glitched. They can't fight. It's a good thing I kept a couple of units in reserve just in case this was coming.
Yep.
And it's time to bring them out.
All right. About to hit one of these. It's up. Dang it. Get some dwarves. Not the actual equipment.
Okay, Whitebeard, come here.
Thing's hard. Oh man.
Here we go. The war has begun.
Wow. Let's do it. We're going to these archers.
They're taking out the flyers. They're now being picked off.
Well, that was a good hit.
Oh great, my orcs are running away because of that damn tank.
All right, where's my mouse? There it is.
Come on, if I kill the Lord, that's them broke.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Drop the equipment.
That bloody warrior piece, bugger off.
Doom divers are going in. Um. Well, go help out Grimgore.
Yep. All that because of the damn steam tanks. They're always the most annoying group to deal with.
Because they're unbreakable and everything.
We're all but finished off.
Goblins going to help out Grimgor.
Yep, the Grimgor.
Oh, never mind. They didn't make it. Tried.
Oh yeah.
Talks about your black works. If that's
They can't move, like I
glitch.
said. They're glitched, yeah.
They can be great against the flipping steam tank.
They would be if they weren't glitched.
Yep. Or can take them out. Got a good chance.
Right.
Say that, but there's still some gyrocopters.
Oh, Graham down to Grimgor now.
He could do it.
He can't because he can't get a hold of gyrocopters.
Probably not. Yeah. Oh well.
And all because of that damn steam tank.
Yeah, that and your flipping works glitched.
Oh yeah, the glitch.
They are flipping glitched. Heck, they're supposed to be routing and they're not moving at all.
Yeah.
Oh well. That's when we save things.
Yep. I mean, look at the opponents. I mean, I've literally Grimgor. Look how much kills Grimgor pulled.
He pulled a lot for a non sorcerer or non-wizard.
But that's what's been their strongest opponent. It's those two tanks.
Yep.
I think.
Oh well.
Well, we can always reload it and come back, and then I'll have to get giants because the giants are the only way that will beat this army because they can't stop giants.
Yeah. But anyway, I think that's the end of this video.
Yeah.
It's been about an hour.
Mhm.
We'll come back to this battle in the next video. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching. Take it easy.
Yep.
And we'll see all of you in the next one. Later.
Later.